right to adjust the zoom value. Simply clicking the right mouse button to get another zoom value for the fader. We had the bump zoom, where you would simulate a bump over the fader, so you would have an area of heightened accuracy that would then, once you release the button, follow the fader. And yeah, basically this was all done for a big user test, which, with the results that we presented at the AS conference last week during the poster session. So what we found out very quickly is that it can be done better.
It can. Okay. All the work that we did, especially the things that we published on conferences, must have been evaluated and tested by users. So a lot of time we spent in just pushing users through our testing lab. Well, Christian again is seen in action here. I think we put, in the last half year, we pushed about 50 subjects through the lab. We also did online surveys. So, for example, we had a survey about, does two sound snippets sound similar? Are they perceived as sounding similar? We get about way over 1,200 something votings in this thing, and the data is used to train neural networks to come up with the idea if two things sound similar or not. Especially for Loviscach, we collected about 240 something drawings, how people would draw sounds and can they decompose it into single sound events and so on and so on. This was, well, a lot of work, and well, all people are involved into this things. Of course, for the atomic sounds, which, well, will be the next thing we did, of course, more on the software testing stuff. All the software for the tests were, of course, created too and tested too to come up with ideas how sounds could be clustered in a more semantic way.
The atomic sounds, one of my favorites actually. What we did was basically we tried to find these small pieces of sound that could then be used in Loviscach to describe a very large amount of other sounds simply by combining these atomic sounds. Right now I think we have, in the last version, 59, is that correct? 59 sounds divided into 8 groups. Yeah, let's just listen to what these groups are. So, what we just heard here was the audio icon for this group. It's basically a mix down of all the sounds, very short, no longer than 2 to 3 seconds. And in Loviscach, these things would be played back once you mouse over any of the categories. So it would give you an immediate idea of what's inside the category. You could dive deeper into it, find that one sound, and use that to draw sounds and describe other sounds. This is crackle, sizzle, clatter, rattle. We have more. Exactly. So, one more. Great. So, yeah, these are the atomic sounds. We also published a paper on this one at the last AES conference, and yeah, you can pick up the paper here. It has a lot of more details about the actual process of how these sets were created. Which brings us to the next point.
Okay. We decided to show you a list of our publications. We are somewhat proud of it, but don't bother with that. So we just skip it. If you're somehow interested in that, we have the papers right here. So this is our story about what we did.
Yeah, but how do we do it? I think this might be of particular interest for the new master students. I hope we have some here. Maybe not, well, who knows. Anyways, yeah, let's just give you a quick overview of
thank you for attending our talk about noise.